Hello students, I'm Merina and welcome to my class. Today I'm going to take a very interesting chapter for you, the circulatory system. The circulatory system is also known as the blood vascular system. The blood vascular system mainly consists of three components. One is the heart, the blood vessels and the blood. Now let's first take a look at the heart. As you can see, the heart is situated in the thoracic cavity between the two lungs and is slightly tilted to the left. Now, if we look into the chambers of the heart has four chambers. It has two upper small chambers known as the atria and two larger lower chambers known as the ventricles. Each of the chambers are separated by a septum. The atria is separated by interatrial septum and the ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. The atria and the ventricles are also separated by an atrial ventricular septum. The heart consists of a double-walled membranous bag called as a peritoneum and is filled with the peritoneal fluid. The blood needs to flow from one chamber to another. This is ensured by the valve. The valve prevents any backward flow of the blood. As we can see, the valve is present between the right atria and the right ventricle and the left atria and the left ventricle. A tricuspid valve is present between the right atria and the right ventricle, and a bicuspid valve is present between the left atria and the left ventricle. There are nodal tissues or specialized cardiac musculature which is distributed in the heart. Two types of nodal tissues are mainly found in the heart. The first is sinoatrial node and the second is atrioventricular node. The sinoatrial node is present in the right upper corner of the right atrium and the atrioventricular node is present in the left lower corner of the right atrium. The bundle of nodal fiber which is found in the atrioventricular node, it passes through the atrioventricular septum, through the interventricular septa and then divides into the right and the left bundle. These fibers are also known as Purkinje fibers. Now let's look how our heart functions. The superior and the inferior vena cava brings the impure blood from the body to the right atrium, which passes to the right ventricle and through the pulmonary artery to the lungs. The pulmonary vein in turn brings the pure or the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium and then passes to the left ventricle, which is then pumped out through the aorta to the rest of the body. Another important concept to study here is atrial systole and ventricular systole. It simply means atrial contraction and ventricular contraction. As the tricuspid and the bicuspid valve open, the blood from the pulmonary vein and the vena cava flows into the left and the right ventricle through the left and the right atria. At this time, the semilunar valves will remain closed. The sinoatrial node will produce an action potential for both the atria to undergo simultaneous contraction, and this is called as atrial systole. The atrioventricular node and the AV bundle will conduct an action potential, and that is called as ventricular contraction. This causes the blood from the ventricles to pass through the aorta and the pulmonary artery. At this point, the semilunar valves will remain open and the tricuspid and bicuspid valve will remain closed. Two prominent sounds are produced during a cardiac cycle. One is lub and the other is dub. The closure of the tricuspid and the bicuspid valve produces lub and the closure of the semilunar valves produces dub. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.